So when it comes to the only 3 exercises to transform your body, the thing I want you to think about is if you're not doing things right, how are you expecting to get the right results? So there's a few things that you want to think about when you get to the gym to do these exercises or any workout. So the first one is your feel and focus, and that's feeling the target muscle working and really focusing on using that muscle to control the movement. The second thing is using proper form. You always want to make sure you're doing the exercise correctly, otherwise you're not going to get the full benefit or you may even injure yourself. For each exercise, there's a proper range of motion too, and you want to make sure that you're using your proper form and doing that complete range of motion. And the last thing you're going to think about is the resistance. And that doesn't mean how heavy you're going to go, but it means how are you using that resistance? Are you getting enough challenge? Is, again, the target muscles the ones that are actually doing the exercise? Are you using too heavy of a weight that you're cheating and using other muscles that really shouldn't be involved? So keeping in mind these 4 areas when you're in the gym, the first being muscle feel and focus, the second being proper form, the third, proper range of motion or complete range of motion, and your resistance. Think about those with every exercise you do, and you're going to get more out of each workout, and that's going to help you get your results faster. So in this video, we're going to go through those 4 topics with each of the exercises, squats, pull-ups, and plyometrics, and try to give you some more tips and hints on how to apply these when you're in the gym. 3 exercises to transform your body, part 2. Get the results you deserve. The first exercise we're going to review is squats. So initially you want to squat as low as you feel comfortable with, and that might be down just a little bit, or maybe just sitting in a chair and standing back up again. As you get more comfortable with squats and as you start to get more flexible, you'll actually be able to go lower. Going lower will incorporate more of the glutes and hamstrings and force your lower back and abdominals to work much harder to keep your posture correct. Focus on keeping your heels on the floor and using the glutes and the hamstrings to lift your body. Try to visualize your glutes and hamstrings as you're doing the exercise. Remember, there's lots of other muscles that are used during the squat, and as you get better, you'll be able to focus on each one. Your goal should be to go as steady and smooth as you can, controlling the weight on the way down and back up during the squat. As you lower yourself, keep the front of the legs tight and the abdominals. If you have a bar on your back, make sure you're looking straight ahead and keep your head and neck focused. As you can see, when you're squatting, you're using almost every muscle in your body. To add resistance, you can use a barbell on your back. You can hold onto dumbbells or a kettlebell and do a goblet squat. The posture is the same, keeping your chest up, eyes forward, pushing through the heels and keeping focus on the entire body, staying tight and controlling your motions. Get with a trainer at your gym to make sure you're doing them correctly. And remember, you can also use resistance bands for squats. Pull-ups are going to require a lot of strength and a lot of patience. You probably won't be able to start with a full pull-up, and that's okay. Still work towards one. When you're doing a pull-up, you're working every muscle in your upper body and a little bit in the lower body too. When working on your back, it's best to actually think about how the muscles look and what you should be feeling in both the abdominals and in the entire back. When it comes to pull-ups, there are many variations. Some of them are a little more challenging, and some of them make it a lot easier for you to learn how to get into that full pull-up. This one is shown with rings and probably going to be a little more challenging than regular pull-ups. When you begin doing pull-ups, you might only get one or maybe a half, or maybe just holding and starting to pull yourself up. But as you continue and keep strengthening your back, eventually you'll get all the way up, and you'll really feel a huge difference in how much work you're getting into the upper body and the abdominals and low back. There are some instances where the assisted pull-up machine is appropriate to use, maybe to get a little bit of the feel or the motion, but ultimately, if you're using something that's helping you, it's not going to really be strengthening you. Instead, you're going to want to really focus on trying to pull yourself up, no matter how far you get. When doing it this way, your body has no choice but to get stronger to help you pull yourself upward. And that means not only your back will be getting stronger, but so will your shoulders, your biceps, even your triceps, your forearms, your entire body. If you're still working on getting your first pull-up, then do it at the beginning of your workout each time you exercise. A variation could be using the Smith machine or anything that's above you and laying down and pulling your body upward. Pull-ups are challenging for everyone, but you have to start somewhere. Long before you get your first pull-up, you'll be feeling the benefits of them, especially in the abdominals and in the shoulder and rotator cuff muscles. Other variations include using a bar or finding some handles that are maybe a little bit higher and not parallel to the floor, so you can use that to do your pull-up a little bit easier and then slowly find something lower. You can also use the heavier resistance bands to help give you a little lift as you're doing that pull-up. When it comes to plyometrics, they don't all have to be high impact to be beneficial. Just like the other two exercises, plyometrics will work your entire body. Now, you don't necessarily have to jump on a very high box like this one. Jumps can be in the air, they can be very small. You can have your legs wide or together. There's so many variations that you can customize to whatever your fitness level is. You want to be sure to use the glutes and the hamstrings and keep your entire body in control when you're doing plyometrics. Plyometrics can be done in conjunction with other exercises like this one in the plank position. Plyometrics can also be jumping through something or over something. These are some of my clients' favorite exercises. Whatever type of plyometric you do, make sure you follow through and finish the movement all the way down as low as you started, whether it's with squats or split jumps like this. You want to make sure your body continues through the full range of motion, absorbing all of that energy. Plyometrics are actually just powerful movements. They don't have to include jumping. You can actually use medicine balls or atlas stones or atlas balls. Anything that's going to make your body be explosive. I showed you in part 1 how you can take the high knees or the high knee jog and turn it into a low impact version that can actually be appropriate for all levels of fitness. And we also talked about how to modify mountain climbers. And this is a great way to do them a little bit slower with a little added intensity and still get major benefits. If you don't have a trainer in your area or you're working out at home, check out my how-to playlist. You can go right there and you can find out how to do a variety of exercises with proper form. The muscle and the feel and the, oh wait, that's repetitive. The second thing, all right, we got this.